The Schaumburg Dance Ensemble delights audiences every year with its annual production of the Nutcracker. With me now to talk about these wonderful shows are ensemble director Michelle Holtzman and cast members Steve Wilkinson and Terry Chattel. Thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Tell us about the dance ensemble and tell us about the Nutcracker.
Well, the dance ensemble started about 15 years ago. It's an open audition. Children can come in and try out for the Nutcracker. We also do a spring production. We get about 110, we have about 110 students in the production this year, 10 professionals and about 10 volunteers, adults like Terry and Steve that participate in our Nutcracker.
They don't get paid?
I'm sorry, they don't. Arts are on a budget. But you can dance anywhere. You can come from any school and come and audition, and if you can dance material, you know, you're accepted into the production. We have 13 performances the first 2 weekends of December.
Oh, that's great. And we have a clip from last year's production, by the way, and while we watch it, tell us about some of the things that the audiences can expect to see in the performances that are coming up.
Well, this is Waltz of the Flowers, which is in the second act of Nutcracker. Most of these dancers are teenage students, but they're very high level, so we get a very nice level of production. All the students are required to come rehearsal every week, and that's a mandatory part of being in the production. We also use professionals for some of the demi-soloist and soloist roles.
There are no professionals here, though. These are all...
This is a professional doing the waltz demi-soloist.
Okay, all right. Well, Steve, Terry, tell us about the rehearsal process. I mean, I've heard it's pretty intense.
We have a lot of fun doing it. It requires a few evenings each week to do it. We get to practice with the children and then also the adults for our party dance. Okay. And it's just a wonderful time.
How long have you been playing that role?
This will be my 12th year of doing the Nutcracker.
Your 12th year?
Yes, between being a party adult or grandpa.
And how about you, Terry?
13 years.
13 years. Mm-hmm. And you've not tired of it yet?
No, it's a wonderful experience for me. I really enjoy it.
Well, I mean, you know, there you are. There he is.
Yes, right here's the party scene, which is the opening scene of the Nutcracker. And Terry, our guest, is the grandma, which is in the center of the stage, and Steve is our grandpa. And these all are adult volunteers that do this section. And many of our children are in this portion as well. And the audience finds this one of the most enjoyable parts because it has a real story. It tells about Clara getting the Nutcracker, her brother breaking the Nutcracker, and then the second act, of course, is all her dream.
Oh, it's very elegant, too. Very elegant. I mean, it's one of my favorite parts of the show is the music. It's just beautiful music and very graceful dancing, you know. Well, now, is this for all ages? I mean, do you have any
well, I think almost anyone
or?
could come. I think the tiniest toddlers probably should not come just because it's hard to sit through a 2-hour production if you're little. But many young children come, and if their parents go over the story with them beforehand, they really enjoy it. And the battle is a very exciting thing for the kids. They enjoy that as well.
Weren't you the Mouse King at one time?
I was the Mouse King 15 years ago.
15 years ago?
15 years ago. My daughter was 1, and she used to call me Mommy Mouse.
Mommy Mouse?
Right.
And you came out, jumped out. You had one of the best death scenes I've ever seen.
One of my specialties.
No, your dying was just so wonderful.
Well, thank you. I love doing character roles. Those are the most fun. It's wonderful to do the beautiful part, but it's really more fun to be a character.
Now, did you have to audition, Terry?
I did not have to audition. I was at Northwest Ballet taking dance classes, and then my daughter was taking classes, so I was introduced to it that way.
So you were going to be a dancer, or were you a dancer in the past?
Yes, I do have dance experience, so I had danced in the past.
And what kind of performances?
I danced through high school and then also in college and was in a performing group in college, and then I was the director of orchestras at Schaumburg High School.
Okay.
And then took classes after that at Northwest Ballet Academy. So I have a lot of years of dance experience.
How about you, Steve?
I had mentioned one time to my wife that I thought it would be interesting after seeing some of the previous recitals and some of the parents were up there. I thought, oh, it might be interesting. Well, my wife took that and my children volunteered me, and I found out I got drafted to be in Nutcracker.
Were your children in the show too at all?
The first year I did it, my daughter was a party girl, and my other one was a toy soldier. So I got to be on stage at the same time with both of them.
Oh my!
And my daughter also was in the party scene, so I got to be her mom.
Okay.
And that was great.
You envision doing this for years and years and
Until
years?
They don't want me anymore. I'll be there.
as long as we keep having fun.
Oh, that's great. That's great. That's great. You know, the show is wonderful, and I'm sure that kids love it too. I mean, you must get a lot of kudos from parents.
Oh, most of the kids really love being in the show. They develop friendships with students from other places, and they get to work with different directors. And, you know, I remember my dancing days. Being in the show is really exciting. Sometimes working backstage isn't as exciting, which is where I am. But, you know, they just love it.
Yeah, no, that's great. No, it's great. It's a wonderful show. It's a wonderful venue, and you guys do such a great job. I mean, I attend more than one show a year.
Well, and you know what? The village, the people here at the village, the stage crew and the technical director, everyone is so helpful, and really we work together to put the best show we can possibly make.
And the music is timeless, isn't it?
Yes.
It is.
And how do you get the professional dancers? How does that work?
Well, we have an audition for that as well. First of all, we send out notices to all the companies in the area and the main dance studios downtown where professionals might be taking class. They come in and they audition for us just like anyone else.
Yeah.
Bring a resume. There is a little more involved in that than, say, a children's audition.
Okay. All right. Well, it's great. We're happy to have you in Schaumburg. You know, it's really a great event, and a lot of people come out and see it, and they love it. And they bring, you know, and it's transgenerational, isn't it? I mean, you find out that, well, you've been involved, and your kids have been involved, and I suspect when your kids get old enough to get married and have kids, that they'll be involved as well. I mean, it just happens that way.
I have students who are now grown who bring their children to see the show, or who bring their children to be auditioned, as well.
And your audience, you get a lot of dancers too, don't you?
We do.
You know, you get a lot of dancers from, I can tell because there's a physical technique. I mean, they're very slender, and they come out to see how other people are doing it. So,
right.
You know. And there's an arabesque number that's just amazing. It always has a great response from the audience.
The Arabian?
The Arabian, yes.
Yes, the Arabian. Well, that's not only balletic, but also has some elements of modern dance.
Yes.
And there's that connection between the two soloists that first of all, the people that do it for us have known each other for years and danced together for years, and they have a
Yes.
wonderful chemistry that makes the Arabian really excellent.
And it shows. It
Yeah.
really shows. It really shows. Well, Michelle, Terry, thanks. And Steve, thanks for being on the program. That will do it for this edition of Speaking of Schaumburg. Join us again next month for another information-packed episode. We'll discuss the Schaumburg Youth Orchestra's Holiday Presto Concert, the Woodfield Area Children's Organization's fundraising activities, and Schaumburg Township's food pantry program. Until then, I'll be seeing you around town.